What is going on, everybody? This is the Undefeated by Choice podcast, and I am your host, Matt, the Gadari Oyler. The premise of the show is to bring on athletes or anybody involved in fitness to help bring you motivation, inspiration, and good tips to be the best you. Before we get into anything, I need to thank Foley's MMA. Check them out online. Check out their class schedule. Come feel the vibe of this place. It's awesome. I'm going to thank them for opening their doors to us and giving us a home. We also want to thank myteamtrainer.com, the best speed and agility drills you're going to get for only $5 a month. Also, go check out store.undefeatedbychoice. We're not Louis Vuitton, but we are undefeated in comfort. So go check it out. Without any further ado, let's get to the show. All right, we're live. We are here with Miyo Strong, Jujitsu extraordinaire. If you haven't noticed, we're change of venue. There's a miscommunication at Foley's. That's still our home. That's still our place. But today we're not there. Luckily, I got friends in high places, and I was able to get Gold's Gym to let us use their conference room to come in here. So I want to give a big shout out to Dustin Nelson, Casey Nelson, for opening their doors to the Undefeated by Choice podcast and letting us come shoot here. Also want to thank Miyo for being so accommodating for us moving the venue. But it's like jiu-jitsu. You think you're going for a rear naked choke, and you end up hitting a leg lock. Like, sometimes you got to think on the fly, you got to move. So we made it happen. Nick's going to put it all together and make it look beautiful. He's the master producer. So I'm not too worried about it. But thank you, Golds. So come to Golds downtown and get a shirt and work out. All right. Okay, so let's get into the show. We just finished a little bit of workout. I'm showing you some explosion drills because in jiu-jitsu, so much of what you do is little explosions or big explosions in little areas. So I wanted to do a lot of lower body explosion workouts. What did we do? What did you like? What did you hate? Talk about it. You can tell
I didn't hate any of it.
Okay, good.
Mainly,
You were like, oh, box jumps, but then you were
I guess I don't have shoes. Okay. But we made it work. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Plyometrics is so applicable to jiu-jitsu, to like carrying my kids up the stairs, all sorts of things in life. So I loved it. And I've done a ton of box jumps, but I've never seen the one-legged ones. Okay. And I mean, it's just fun to train with new people.
Yeah. And you actually taught me a new one that I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try to do it where you do the box jump and land stiff-legged. I'm gonna try that.
That's a Jim Jones original.
Is it? Okay. So I think what I like about that one is because you have to. It's not you're just jumping and then tucking your legs up underneath you, but you have to actually extend up over what you're jumping over in order to straighten your legs out. So I do like that one. I will start to try it. So then there's two others that we worked on. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Well, I love the Smith machine one. Okay. One, because I've never worked with the Smith machine. I don't go to conventional gyms. Although, Golds, thank you for letting us be here.
If you were to go to a conventional gym, it would be Golds Gym downtown.
In a big box gym, it'd be Golds. Yeah. Uh-huh. But so I like it because it's safer. I'm always like scared about injury. Not scared, but aware of the risk of injury. So I loved that it's a little bit safer environment to try a little bit heavier weight, a little bit different movement.
But you can still do it with kettlebells. You can do it with and the workout, the exercise that we did, it's actually kind of hard. You'll see it on the social media. If you get on social media, Nick will post it. But you're halfway between a regular squat and a lunge. So it's like you're taking an actual real jump, like if you a fight stance, and you're jumping from that position. So we'll have a Smith machine, you'll have your weight on, but you could do it with kettlebells, you could do it with dumbbells. Just have your hands down by your side, and then you squat down and you jump up as high as you can. But I like this Smith machine because it's a controlled environment, it's a controlled jump, and so I don't have to worry too much about what my upper body's doing. It's all focused on my legs. Mm-hmm. So if you have a Smith machine, you can do it. If you don't, you can still do it with kettlebells and dumbbells. But I like that one because it's the most it translates into the most of a real jump or a real, really generating power from your legs. So I really like that one. I told her that's like my secret one. So
not anymore.
Maybe I won't have Nick post it. Maybe I'll just leave it for her to use. And then the last one we did, starting from your knees, just jumping up onto your feet, which that's a tough one.
It's way harder than you made it look so easy.
I've been doing it for a long time. Believe me, my first tries were I didn't make it off my knee. I just went up and then back on my knee.
But it was fun. I really like that one. And you know what? With the jump squats with kettlebells, it's perfect for jiu-jitsu because your grip. Right?
Yes.
You're going to have to maintain that grip the whole time, and that would be a good addition.
Well, you just added to it. You just made it better. She just took the workout and made it better.
For jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, for jiu-jitsu. So let's talk about jiu-jitsu. Let's get into it. How did you start? How long have you been doing it?
I know, crazy, huh?
Because you said earlier you were doing Muay Thai.
I did take some Muay Thai, yeah.
Oh, you did? So, yeah. But you started let's just, you tell me.
Oh, yeah. Like, back in the day, when the UFC first came out, like, in the mid-90s, like, I started training then.
You jumped on board back then?
Yes.
Wow.
But I quit. And, finished up college and grad school, got married, had 3 kids. Like, life just got in the way.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't get in the way. I just didn't put it as a priority.
Yeah.
Right. So, I decided to go back. 3 or 4 years ago, I was trying to lose some extra baby weight and just wanted to train. And then I remembered, man, I freaking love this.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun. And there was one woman, Rebecca Rodriguez, I don't know if you know who she is, but she was training a lot of the time, and she's built similar to me, not very tall, not very broad, and obviously a female, and she was wiping the mat with all the men.
Yeah.
And I was just like so impressed with her. So she really inspired me back when I came back. And then
so you were training with her?
Yeah, I mean, I trained with her for like 30 seconds.
And then she'd choke you, and then you train again, and she'd choke you again.
Yeah, she's amazing. But I just kept going, and I did my first competition. Well, I had competed as a white belt back in the 90s, but since coming back, I did like the Vegas Open and was so freaked out about it, but it completely focused my training. Like, I'm definitely motivated by fear. And it's fear of so many things, fear of like letting down my coaches, fear of getting hurt, fear of embarrassing myself, like fear of hurting her. There's so many things that, I'm like, okay. So it helped focus in my training, and I don't know, I fell in love with it.
So you said 3 years ago was when you came back?
3 or 4, yeah.
And you started as a white belt. So
no, I got my blue belt before I quit.
Oh, okay.
Because I did the Pan Ams, and Pedro Sauer gave me my blue belt and was like, bye-bye, you have to be blue belt to do Pan Ams. Like, I was so new to it, I didn't even know you had to have a blue belt to compete. So he literally gave me my blue belt like the day before I flew out to compete in Florida against like a bunch of Brazilian chicks.
Brazilians that were legit blue belts that had theirs for a while. That's intense. That's very intense. So you're a blue belt. What's the belt ranking go? And Nick, I want you to put the colors here as she lists them. So white.
It's just white, blue, purple, brown, and black. And there's like 4 degrees on each one.
See, I grew up karate.
Yeah, so
and
different.
There was like 900 belts, and there was like brown, like the ugliest belts you can imagine, like orange.
Dude, I want a brown belt so bad.
It was,
I like that ugly color.
Did the colors represent anything? I've always wondered that, and we never were explained that because
I don't know.
There's a white belt's always the first belt.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's like purity
like
or something like that. But then it was yellow and orange, and then it got darker and darker and darker. And obviously black because you're just a killer at that point. You're just
the real killers are red belts though in jiu-jitsu. There's like 10 in the world. Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're like the original.
Is that's from Gracie, right? Okay. We'll get into that because you train under Gracie, right? Or you've been training with?
I train under Johnny Carlquist and James Garner at Unified, who they were originally at Pedro Sauer School.
Okay.
Yeah, but he Johnny and James would do all my promoting, so I'm under them.
Okay, and belts. People giving your belts has a lineage to it, right? So explain that. Explain how that works, because we didn't have that again in karate. So
really? Karate doesn't have that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it does. my instructor would just give me a belt, and he didn't say anything after that. Like,
really?
This was given to me by. Yeah, we did. I was 8 at the time, so I don't remember a whole lot about it. But
each school's different.
So how does the lineage work? Like
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Actually, there has to Rob Hanley from Absolute is a Flavio Berrian black belt, and Flavio Berrian's one of the few red belts in the world, and he is the one that gave me my purple belt. I then switched gyms to Unified, who's under Pedro Sauer, who's under the Gracies. So it's like this. So
everyone's eventually is met somehow.
It's just so strange. I don't really know how it works.
With reasonably how young Jiu-Jitsu really is.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. If you have a lineage, it's probably not that far from the original, from the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. That's like I don't know. I mean, you're like in the beginnings of what is one of the biggest martial arts, the fastest growing martial art probably in the world. If you think about it, Jiu-Jitsu. I think it is. Other than boxing, I can't think of a martial art that has a more wide ranging that everybody's learning. Like if you're in MMA now, you can't have MMA without Jiu-Jitsu. Right. You can have MMA without kickboxing. You can have MMA without Muay Thai, but you can't be an MMA fighter without knowing how to get a rear naked choke.
Handle yourself on the ground.
Yeah. So everybody's jumping on that. So and so I've been real interested in Jiu-Jitsu. You do gi, right? Or do you
both?
You do both.
Yeah. In fact, I've always trained gi, but the no gi like movement, the Eddie Bravo, the like crazier rules, the more aggressive competitions are all no gi.
Yeah.
And that super appeals to me.
Yeah.
Because the
you kind of want to hit somebody.
I don't want to hit anyone, but I will heel hook the shit out of you.
Okay. Yeah.
And heel hooks are so not
traditional
gi.
Gi.
Right. You're not allowed to heel hook in a gi.
Really?
Yeah. At all.
I didn't know. I knew that like it was kind of. I knew that a lot of the leg locks were frowned upon in traditional, and like the John Danaher came along and did his whole, the
Emperor.
Yeah. And so he came along and was like, no, we're gonna start grabbing legs, and it's been more accepted now. But I didn't know in gi that you weren't allowed.
Well, you can like knee bar and ankle lock and toe fold. I mean, there's a lot of leg attacks that are still legal. No heel hooks. But heel hooks specifically, even at black belt level in IBJJF, is illegal.
Really?
Yeah.
And you want to land those, so now you're going to go no gi.
I love. Well, and Unified has a ton of no gi savvy. I mean, every gym in Utah has their strengths, but we have a Damon Morgan, he's like the heel hooking master, and so he teaches, and he teaches in a way that I can learn quickly with him, and so that has influenced my love of no-gi, is being able to learn it from somebody as proficient as like Damon, Johnny, and James. Like and I have the best partners. Yeah. Like the girl squad at Unified is
every time you post on your social media, there's like
it's my lady crew.
Yeah, you have a good number of girls out there, which is bigger than any group of girls I've seen in any gym
in the state by far,
for sure.
Yeah, it's like SoCal. Like you have to go to SoCal to get that many women, and they're all freaking killers.
Yeah,
like there are blue belts that tap me out all the time. You know what I mean? Like they're just amazing, and they're so kind and positive, and like
no, that's gotta be good, because we had Abby on here. She does IBBF pro. She's a bikini model, but she was like, oh, I've come out here and I did boxing, but it was so it was intimidating. Like she took a boxing class. She's like, it was so intimidating. And I feel that just happens with so many females. They come out and they're just like, it's so intimidating. So for you to have a gym where they walk in and see all these killer females, that's inspiring. That's not intimidating. That's like, I want to get in. I want to be friends with these girls. I want to roll with these girls. So that's got to be a comforting feeling to like walk into the gym and be like, we've got like this good group that is going to actually inspire other people to keep coming in.
Well, and I think that's the benefit of social media. Like I have a lot of women that are here skiing or here on vacation or here for graduation that reach out and are like, hey, is it cool if I drop in your gym? Like, give me the the okay or the vibe, or what should I do, or whatever. Like they might be slightly intimidated, but they have a foot in the door through, like, all of us are connected on social media in some way. So I'm constantly like, yeah, girl, come on in. Like, let's joke each other.
That's got to happen to you all the time then, because you've got a huge following on social media.
Oh, I don't know about huge, but it's growing.
You smoke me. You smoke me on social media. No. So, I mean, and again, I'm sure most of them are females that are just like this, because I do love watching, like, how much females support each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, you're so awesome, like that. And you don't get that from guys. Guys are like, he don't know what he's doing.
Get a different.
You call that a hook? You know, it's just like, whatever, man. Get off my case. But no, you've got, and so you've got to. That's got to feel good to be like have people reaching out to you. Like, you're an influence on people that they're like, oh, this, and it's because I know what it comes from, because you have probably one of the funnest social media pages I've ever seen. Like, you're not afraid to post a picture of you making a goofy face.
Oh yeah, like today's post.
Yes, like, where you were just like, yes, I was gonna, that post. You're just like, it's fun. It's you. It's like,
it's authentic.
I was telling people, like, because I had never met you before. You're coming to this interview, and I'm like, it's gonna be a fun interview. I can tell she's outgoing. I can tell that she's like, she just doesn't care. She's just whatever. And so I would have been a lot more stressed out with the change of location had it been someone else. So I was like, this girl's like, she's laid back.
Yeah, we roll.
She has fun, you know. I did see, aside from you being fun though, I can tell how seriously you take jiu-jitsu, because you were posting, I think it was last night, a picture of you at the gym with your laptop watching footage,
my girl.
Footage while people were out there rolling, and you were double timing. You were double timing the jiu-jitsu. So it was like, were you studying there, or were you just watching your friend roll, or what was going on there?
So we have some teammates at Worlds right now.
Okay.
And with Flow Grappling, you can watch live. And that's like the second best thing to being there yelling for her.
Yeah.
So our girlfriend Molly, she killed it. She's amazing. Yeah, she's a blue belt. And the blue belt.
Shout out to Molly.
Yeah, Moto Dame Molly. She's amazing. And Barbara.
Moto Dame, is that her?
Moto Dame is her Instagram, because she's like a badass motocross.
Nicholas. Moto Dame.
There's like nothing, that holds that girl back. But Barbara, we have another teammate competing, and Boggy, like some of our guys are competing. And anyway, so we were watching her matches and
rolling at the same time.
Training, and coming back and watching, making sure like we saw what was happening, because we support each other.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what? I thought you were studying. I was like, she's studying, then like, let me go practice this on you now. I just learned this. Awesome. Let me come choke you out with that real quick.
Yeah, no. We were supporting our teammate. Although there's a lot of, we have like a little local jits ladies group on Instagram that we're constantly messaging each other like, hey, let's try this, or what? Look at this, or oh my God, look at this girl, or you know what I mean? Like just inspiration.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
And so they were at Worlds. And I'm guessing you weren't at Worlds because you have a fight coming up.
Yes. So June 23rd in Reno, I've got a no-gi. It's EBI rules. So heel hooking, there's no points. There's no, like, stalling. There's no guard pulling. Like, you have to go. Like,
really?
It's sub only.
Is it? What's the time on it? What's the time? How long is it?
I think they let you go 10 minutes.
You can go 10 minutes straight.
And then you go into EBI overtime rolls.
But they're gonna what, stand you up? How do they do if you're trying to stall? So like in IBJJF, it's a point system. So yes, there are some competitors that just go for submissions, but it's pretty rare. Most of them play the point game. So like you get in a good dominant position and you have to hold it. Look at the ref, count to 3, get your points, and then move on. Really?
And so a lot of people, and like if there's 30 seconds left and you're in a dominant position, but they're, if they swept you, they would win, then you just lay on them.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to this, EBI style, it's submission only. So that's how you do it. Yeah. It doesn't matter what position you're in. You just go for the subs. That's
so have you done this style of tournament before?
Yeah. So I just did Proving Grounds.
Okay.
We were the first female super fight, and cute Jessie, shout out to Jessie Stemple, she freaking attacked me the entire time. Like, it was amazing. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Like, because it was just balls out, go for whatever you can. You just go as hard as you can. And luckily at the very end, like literally with like 15 seconds left, I did a weird go-go plotter from the top, but she had my ankle. It was the strangest submission ever, but it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so when I do jiu-jitsu, it's a lot of just, so when I learned I from Pat Reeves, and he was just like, let's just flow. That's what he wanted me to do, was just flow. And because when I came in, I was just tight. And I was like, I'm going to muscle you, and I'm going to hold a position. You're not going to choke me. And he's like, that doesn't work. Like, that doesn't work here. So a lot of ours is just, we would never really go for a submission. If you kind of got it, you just kind of let go and you just flow to the next. And so there's a lot of movement in my jiu-jitsu. I don't lay for any amount of time. It's constantly moving. And so I would definitely like that style way more than like holding a position, because the way I learned it was to just keep moving. And I don't know a whole lot of submissions, and so I can't just fight for the same submission over and over again. If it's not there for me to grab right away, I'm moving on to something else. Because I just I only know a couple, so it's not like I'm like, well, if I can turn you here, I'm going to grab this one. But if I do this, it's like this one that I know is not there. I'm going somewhere else. So I'm going to head somewhere else. So but I'm very, very basic, very, very amateur. So your
ears tell a different story.
These are not jiu-jitsu ears.
I have pretty ears.
You've given me problems with my ears since we walked into this place.
I just assumed you were black belt based on your cauliflower ear.
No, not even close. These are, like I said, this one came from getting punched a lot, and then this one came from not knowing how to shoot on somebody.
Oh, they look painful.
They're not hurt. They don't.
But
hurt
when they happened, because I've had my ears drained.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
I told you the story when I first had it, and that was painful.
Yeah.
I guess I'll tell the story if everyone wants to know. I'm sure the world is dying to know my story. Nick is really dying to hear it.
Then you got to have a close up of his ear.
Okay, so this is me. He's going to do a close up. No, we were sparring, and I shot, and it was like a football tackle, and I went ear to his hip, and he had a very predominant hip bone, and smashed my ear, and I still got the takedown, and we rolled for a second, and it automatically filled with blood and was swollen, and it felt like my ear was hanging from my head. I mean, it was just hot, and so I stopped and was like, is my ear still attached to my head? And he's like, yeah. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, well, let's keep rolling. So we keep rolling, but then after I got done, my ear was just swollen and just, it was full of blood, and it was pretty disgusting. So that was how this year started to go, and now it's starting to go again, because I've been training a lot, getting the 4 fighters that we had on last week, getting them ready for their fights, and so I've been doing a lot of shooting. So yeah, I get a lot like, why don't you wear headgear? And I'm like, you don't wear headgear. Like, I have people who don't know, or like, why don't you wear headgear? You don't wear headgear. I'll deal with it. I like it. It's a badge of honor. I like it. But you the whole time we've been here, you've been like, your ears.
I just assumed,
No, not a black belt, just an amateur. But yeah, I think I would like that style that you're getting into. So this girl that you're, I like the style that you're going to be fighting on the 23rd. What's the promotion? Where is it going to be at? How do people find tickets?
Yeah, so there is a link to tickets on my Instagram page. My Instagram handle is Utah Jits Mama. And it's going to be at Harrah's, a casino in Reno. And WFC is putting it on. It's the World Fighting Championships, and it's really cool, actually. I'm super excited to compete there, because it's boxing, MMA, and jiu-jitsu. And they've always had and supported and promoted women's jiu-jitsu, so I'm like super excited to be a part of that, because it's growing.
So go get your tickets, go out to Reno, get to the Harrah's casino, or any casino, but go to the Harrah's to watch her.
Yes, with Lindsay Boston. That's who I'm going to get. She's amazing.
So I was going to ask you, with MMA, you're like, oh, he's a striker, or hey, he's a boxer, he's a grappler, he's got good conditioning. Do they have those same types of, this is the type of fighter that they are?
For sure. In jiu-jitsu, for sure.
So what
am I?
Lindsay?
Or Lindsay?
Well, let's go over your opponent first. Let's see how well you know your opponent first.
Actually,
we don't want to give yours away. You don't want to give yours away.
Well, Lindsay and I are friends, and we're often in the same division at the IBJJF tournaments, but we've only ever faced each other once, and that was at blue belt. So we haven't. She's got her purple belt about the same time I did, and we're similar age and similar lifestyle.
So this is a super fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, and she goes hard. Like she's a CrossFit, like she's strong, and she's kind too. Okay.
Well, I'm not trying to make a rivalry. Right? But what again, like what is she? She's CrossFitter, so I'm guessing she's got a lot of power.
Yeah, and she's got a gas tank because
really
she endurance runs. Okay. Like she's coming to Utah to do a 50K. Like 50K runners are crazy because it's like that's a rough.
It takes a mental capacity that I do not have.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I have tons of respect for her. As far as her game, I don't really know because when we went against each other, we were in a gi and we were in IBJJF rules, and we had an even stricter rule set because we were blue belts. So as the belts progress, you get a little bit more leeway anyway.
Okay.
But I imagine it's going to be a battle.
I'm excited. I want to know how it goes.
Yeah. It should be live streamed.
I will be in Logan cornering that same night.
Oh, that's right.
4 fighters we had on last week. So, but if it is live stream, maybe I'll find a way to get it. But I'm in Logan. They don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have internet. They don't have
those Aggies.
Yeah, we're not. We're slumming it up there. But no, I'll be interested to watch it. So now let's talk about your style. What's your preference?
It's weird because it keeps changing. And being at Unified, I feel like I have this. It's such the environment there is so open-minded, and it's just a great place to collaborate and to brainstorm. And I feel like that weird submission that I pulled off in PGI is because I've been training at Unified.
Yeah.
And James Garner, who's badass Mamma Jamma, he showed this weird go-go plata, not weird, more of a traditional go-go plata in a gi, the week before that match. And my girlfriend Chelsea and I were drilling it, and James just came over and was like, hey, so you're doing no-gi, here's a different grip, or here's this or whatever. He just kind of modified it for me, no big deal. And so when I found it in that no-gi match, I popped up and I was like, James, that was you. You just told me that 5 days ago.
That's the best feeling.
Yeah,
when you can do
works.
it that fast.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I knee barred a girl in competition. Immediately I was texting Damon. Oh my gosh, that back step to knee bar worked. Everything you're teaching me is working.
So I think that's where I struggle in jiu-jitsu is the transition, knowing I can get this from this. I'm the same way in MMA. I'm just I have to go in there and just feel it, and I'm going to do the most unorthodox stuff, and that's what my training partners tell me all the time. They say, you're just so unorthodox that's why you catch us. You're not good. You just we're just expecting something else to happen, and you do something else. And that's where I always felt in jiu-jitsu was so structured that I was I don't know if I'll ever get this. I don't know if I'll ever, because right now when I'm rolling, I can catch people and stuff because it's unorthodox. But when I go up against somebody even you, who can name a list of sequences from one to the other, my unorthodox style is I'm just going to put myself in your way. I'm going to put my neck underneath into your arm. I'm going to put my knee into your armpit. And but I love that you say your gym is actually open minded, and they're no, it's. There's the tradition, but you're going with what works. You're gonna find new ways, maybe. I guess.
And there's constantly everybody there, but especially the black belts. There's 1,000 black belts that train there, and they're constantly workshopping moves and working together to figure out new ways to catch stuff, or let's see if that works, or and it's just. It's the environment and the culture, and I think it comes top down, right? If the leaders, if they lead in a way that, is nurturing for creativity and collaboration, and people are always helping each other. And
how many of the black belts there are MMA guys as well?
So Jason South, he's a big MMA name in Utah.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite training partners. That little bastard will he will calf slice you when you're like choking him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he has your calf and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to be choking him. But he's so fun to train with. So he's an MMA guy. I mean, I don't know that a lot of them actively fight.
Yeah.
But we have MMA people all the time in the gym because best in the state.
Yeah.
Come train,
Yeah.
you know, like if they want to work on their wrestling or their ground game or their whatever it is. Like, because Unified has wide open doors.
Yeah.
They don't care where you train, what
That's
your
so
lineage
nice.
is,
Yeah.
who you answer to, who you pay your dues to. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, come, be respectful, train
Yeah.
hard. You're always welcome.
I love that, and that's always what I'm promoting, and I've been saying that on this podcast for a while now. Is like, I mean, we're all in this together. Like, let's all learn from each other. Let's all build each other. Let's all make each other better. Because you may have one person who is the best omoplata instructor in the world, but he may not. His rear naked choke may be crap. You know, it's probably not. But you know, but he may be able to teach you something that no one else is going to teach you. But then you can go learn something from someone else that's going to make you. And in this sport being such an individual sport, as much as it is a team sport, like, we should be kind of selfish and being able to just like go learn from the best and go learn from anybody. So, open door policies should be more of the norm.
Yeah, and I think it's shifting
being
that
respectful,
way.
coming in, being respectful
Yeah.
to these people who are about to teach you something. Don't go in with an ego, but
or that shit will get
yeah,
shut down.
you'll get calf spliced.
Militia, they're gonna But I mean, and I think it's important for women too, because so we have a Jiu-Jitsu women's group we have a group on Facebook, and it's all the women. It's open to any woman that trains in Utah, regardless of affiliation.
Do you know the name to it? You want to put it right
it's just
here?
Utah BJJ Women's Group.
There you go,
And we do an open mat every month. And we like to rotate gyms so that each woman, so that if you only have 2 women, well, then let's bring 20 of them and tell us about your gym. Show us your place. Like,
that's awesome.
It's a fun, and we have
good.
kids and younger teens training, and we have freaking people in their 60s training. Like, it's just a girl power group. Which
I would support. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to bring that up anyway. So let's get into that.
Let's go there.
Let's go there. Women Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where is it at? First of all, where is it at in Utah compared to the rest of the world, and how is it across the world? Is it blowing up? Does it need to get better? Does it need to get stronger? Where are we at with it?
Well, I think it's growing in Utah for sure. Like, more than ever, people are training. I only know of one female black belt, and she happens to be a co-owner of Unified, Sarah Carlquist. Yeah, she's amazing. So that's the only female black belt I know of in Utah. Okay. I could be wrong, but that is the only one I know of. So I think the tides are turning. There's a few brown belts I know. There's a ton of purple belt women and tons of blue and white. So I think it's just going to take time. You just got to put in the hours to get those belts.
Yeah.
But as far as like around the world or nationally, it's huge. In fact, there's a big movement right now for IBJJF to offer the same age classes for women as they do men, same with weight groups. So they've always been heavily male oriented.
Yeah, right.
So like Master 1 is 30 and above. And then there's 5-year age breakdowns, and there's this big push to get the same divisions that the men have, which is every 5 years up to Master 7. So women haven't been afforded that luxury. And trust me, competing at 40, like, I will go against a 20-year-old. I did at PGI, but it's just different. Nothing take away from her, take away from me, but it's just a different matchup. And so age divisions, I think, as the IBJJF adds more and more of those, I think you'll see more women come out of the woodwork. Because at 50, it's intimidating to compete, right? But you're a purple belt, or you're a brown belt, or whatever. Like, who cares if you're a white belt? Like, competing is one of the best ways to improve your game.
Yeah,
it's not for everybody,
right.
And I don't care if you don't compete. But competing for me has been. I've seen so much growth from getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, that's what pushes you.
Like, that is what. Well, and then you just fix your mistakes, right? And okay, I got to see that.
When it's done in front of everybody, it sticks out. It sticks out a little bit.
Oh more. Yeah, for sure.
Well, so the reason I brought that up is because I actually, I'm a father of a little girl. Mm-hmm. I have a brother. I don't know my said brother. I have a mother and a sister.
Yes.
My best friend is a female. I'm surrounded by females, and I see a lot of self-defense being taught to females, which I'm 100% like advocate of. But I see a lot of charlatans.
Yes.
Teaching,
those YouTube videos that are like
terrible
choke defense.
Yes.
You know, it's the
teaching
worst.
Terrible defense. Mm-hmm. And as a male, as a bigger male, I see a lot of like the techniques, and I'm like, that won't work. Mm-hmm. That won't work. And if women are putting all this time into learning how to defend themselves into a system that doesn't work, it makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, it's sad.
But Jiu-Jitsu is 100% effective. And Jiu-Jitsu is actually, if you are in a compromising position, till the last second, you have a defense. You have something you can do. You have a way to get out of it, and a way to attack, even from your back, whatever. You know, it's and I don't want to get too graphic, but Jiu-Jitsu is built to. That is a built-in self-defense for women that is it should be taught across the world. I mean, there's just an armbar from your back is a move. I mean, you've got over 100 pounds on a woman. She's trying to punch you. It's not that effective.
Right.
But if you get 50 pounds, 90 pounds pressure on my elbow, you're going to snap it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get on my knee or my ankle, even less, you get 10 pounds on my ankle and you're snapping it and I'm done, you know, I'm crying. So, tell me that. So how much of that do you like get confidence in knowing as much as I know about jiu-jitsu, you can handle your own in any situation?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
I would disagree. I would disagree.
Well, so I teach self-defense at Temple MMA. Mm-hmm. It's a women's-specific self-defense and fitness class. Okay. I taught for corporate with Chelsea Kilpack and Danielle Donaldson. I will give you their Instagram handles and Temple MMA. But so we've kind of been developing and learning as we go this specific, because it's a lot of jiu-jitsu. Danielle and Chelsea both have Muay Thai backgrounds. Danielle also has a Krav Maga background, which is a very effective. Yeah. Yes. I don't want to badmouth all any type of stand up. No, yeah. Any type of stand up, but there are a lot of fakes out there. There are a lot of phonies, for sure. And so I want there to only be the effective ones to work. So. Yeah. No, jiu-jitsu is by far the most realistic too. Like, think about getting mounted, putting someone in your guard, like triangling, like all those things. Someone's trying to get your pants off to rape you. Like, that's your guard, right? So you can learn how to. A lot of it, honestly, is staying calm, knowing you're worth fighting for. Knowing where the exit is, self-awareness, group awareness, and grip breaking. I mean, all the basics before it even goes to the ground. Like, there are so many, because honestly, so in Utah, so nationally, 1 in 5 women are going to be, women, females, girls, whatever, are going to be sexually assaulted in their lifetime. 1 in 5. That's like ridiculous, right? Yes. Utah is 1 in 3. So take those 3 women, your daughter, your mother, your best friend, right? Yeah. 1 in 3. That's scary as shit. Yeah. So while jiu-jitsu, like, you could be a black belt in jiu-jitsu and still get raped or still have sexual assault or still whatever, and it's not the victim's fault ever. Right. So a lot of what we try and teach is like body awareness, just knowing, okay, how to fall safely, how to create space and get away. Because if you attacked me, even though I'm like a higher belt or whatever it is and I'm feisty, I'm going to create space. Right. Get the fuck away from you. Is this a swearing show? We've never officially said it, but I talk like a truck driver. No, you talk how you talk. That's the show. You be who you are. You want to swear? Swear. I don't. Okay. We never officially came out and was like, is there swearing or not? I don't know. Yeah. Your fans are gonna follow you. So if your fans, I do swear a lot. If your fans know you swear, then that's all good. I swear, but it's not. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to try and hurt you. I'm going to get away. I'm going to run. Right. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's creating space, staying calm, and, knowing that you're capable. A lot of women just aren't used to that close contact either. So it's interesting to watch some of the people that come in. We get all age ranges, all abilities, and just watch them bloom. Yeah. Like, watch them realize, oh, oh, that does work. Like I can frame with my shin across your belly and get space to breathe and move my butt the other way to get up and run.
Yes.
So it's one of my passions.
Yeah.
Like women's empowerment is huge to me. Just protecting and helping, young girls. I have 2 daughters. It's really important to me.
No, I mean, those numbers are terrifying. As I said, being a father of a female, it's and with my best friend as well. She's a smaller woman, and when we go out, it's constant. Guys, she's beautiful. Guys are always, and I'm like, back up, like just not into you, like walk away. And I'm just like, man, if I'm not here, what is it like? What is it like without me here? And she was telling me the other day, like, oh, I need to learn how to fight. And I'm like, you need to take jujitsu.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to take jujitsu. She's scrappy. She's fast. She'll get on your back and choke you out real quick. Like I've been telling her, you need to learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
I've been telling her that for a while.
Train with us.
I'll send her. She's down.
Anytime.
She's in South Jordan, so she's not far.
Oh my
from
gosh,
me.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
And we have women there every day. We have classes at like noon in the evening and weekends, and there are always women there.
I'll give you her information. She plays full contact women's football, so she's not afraid.
Yeah,
she's not the Falcons.
Oh, so Hiroko used to train at Absolute.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love her.
She's
love
awesome,
her. Me and
right?
her we've talked quite a few times. I love her to death. Yeah, so she played. Well, she doesn't own the Falcons anymore,
right?
But she played. Yeah. But she played for her, and yeah.
Oh, she'd love it. We have one of my fun partners, Brew. She's a roller derby queen, and she is crazy and tough as nails. But she loves judo. Yeah. So we're slowly getting her to come into the jiu-jitsu world.
No, it's like, so what I mean. I just watched a thing on Facebook today, and what I saw was, it was in Thailand, a guy comes up behind a girl and gropes her, and so she and he's drunk, out of his mind, but she throws him to the ground, she starts kicking him, but he's still got some weight on her, and he's kind of throwing her around, so she falls down, and another girl comes in and starts kicking him, and he kind of knocks her away. Then finally another girl comes in who obviously knows Muay Thai and starts booting him in the face, and that's kind of where it ended. And I was like, but that took 3.
Yeah.
Took 3. And the original one was actually on the ground with him, and was to the point where she could have grabbed a leg, she could have done a lot of stuff. Or, again, just learning to create space. But I think she wanted to attack. Yeah, but I'm like, if she wanted to attack, if she had known, she would have been able to attack and really be able to defend herself. But she didn't really know what she was doing. But then luckily, it took 3 to finally be able to subdue this guy. And I don't like that. These attackers are cowards, and they're going to try to isolate you. And so one knowing how to defend herself, and as we talked about, knowing Krav Maga, knowing Muay Thai, knowing those are awesome, because your stand-up, if you don't get in the ground situation, then you can create that space, you can create that distance, and everything's great. But if it does go to the ground, knowing that when you're on the ground, it's not over. Knowing that once you're down,
it's never over.
It's not over. You can't. There's so much that you can do, and it's not just gouging eyes or trying to punch or pound. You can take a shoulder with you. You can take an elbow. You can take a wrist. You can take an ankle. That's what I love about jiu-jitsu, and especially since it was built for smaller opponents to take down bigger opponents. It was built for something specifically like a perfect self-defense.
But so that point that you brought up, that it took 3 girls, right? That's one of the big things we try to drive home in our classes: bystander awareness. I think a lot of people don't want to be involved with drama, or they don't want, they don't know, so they don't step in. Yeah. But I guarantee you, I see someone that I feel like might be in trouble somewhere at the grocery store, Target, wherever, I'm going to be like, hey, you all right? I'm talking to you, not that asshole that's screaming at you, as women, as girls, as humans, you're supporting your girlfriend, you're not your friend that's a girl. Yeah. And, just sticking up for each other is a huge part of it.
Yeah. I mean, that number should not be, there should not be a 1 in 3, 1 in 5. That number should not exist.
Scary. And the majority of assaults happen by, familiar people.
Right.
It's boyfriends, it's uncles, it's brothers, it's whoever it is. It's so the drunk groping is more rare.
Right.
But either way. It's just knowing that you're worth fighting for and that it's never over.
Yes.
Right? Like, even if it happens and it's done, you still have power and you still have a way to get that power back. We've had a lot of sexual assault survivors come to our self-defense clinics or our classes or whatever, and just getting that confidence back in yourself in a safe environment. Like, we have a few men that train with us that are, by far, we trust them with our daughters, with whoever, you know, like, so, okay, they're going to mount, or they'll be in your guard, or they'll be, you know, this is a totally safe space, and sometimes you just have to dial it down to whatever their comfort level is. But it's regaining that sense of control of your own body. It's really important for women.
Well, I'm so glad that we brought this up, because I didn't know that you did that.
I'm a huge,
I didn't know that you taught those classes, so make sure we get that information, everything posted, so that any female, anybody who wants to have any more information on this, again, like a father as myself, if I had an old enough daughter, I'd be sending her to that class. I would, you know, so it doesn't have to be females. If you're a male and you have a female in your life that you want to be protected, you want to take care of, send her out there. Like,
and it doesn't have to be our class. Like, just get them in something. Something that, it could be, you know, jujitsu. It can be whatever. Just to start to, you know, build a community where people know how to take care of themselves. If you're an attacker and you just think that someone knows how to take care of themselves, you're not going to mess with them. Right. Body language is a big deal.
It's not totally true, though. I almost got kidnapped in California.
Like, legit.
I almost got kidnapped in California. Yeah.
It's those ears.
What? No, the ears should have scared him away.
Well, maybe.
Ears should have scared. But there was like 6 of them in a van. No. There were 6 of them in a van, and they like pulled up and they like hopped out of the van. Yeah, they hopped out of the van, and they like, one of them hopped out of the van, and I went into complete fight mode. I was not I wasn't running anywhere. I didn't know where I was, and I'd already been running. Like, I was on a run, and so I was kind of tired, and I was like, I can't run anymore. I was like, I'm just gonna have to fight. So I just put my hands up and started cussing and going crazy and, you know, getting big, you know, like, let's go, and like, it kind of scared him. And then the van drove off and left him there.
Just one of them.
Yeah. So then I was like, I got all cocky, and I was like, what? We're gonna do this? And he like stumbled back off the curb, and then I was like, you're good, you're gonna stay there? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And then I took off. I almost got Escondido, California. I almost got kidnapped, taken over the border, become a drug mule,
or never mind.
Or something else. My blue eyes would have got me back and forth over the border, no problem, you know. So yeah, it was scary, but I don't know where that came from. But anyways, I'm glad that we talked about that, and that you have that class, and that actually that you're such a big advocate in all of that. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm super passionate about women's empowerment and health and all of it, wellness, mental, everything.
That's the way we need to be. That's the way we need to be, more supportive towards everybody, I think. So let's see, what was I gonna get to next? We're good on time. So we got the triple threat throwdown, but I'm gonna be. Let's put it up there. Put the graphic up. The triple threat throwdown is I ask you 3 random questions.
Okay.
And then you answer them. Problem is
it timed? Like, what's the threat?
Problem is, there's no threat to it. There's no threat to it. The threat is that I don't always know what I'm going to say. So sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. I was like, okay, when I get to the gym, I'm going to come up with my 3 questions, and then we had the fiasco of the door being locked, and so I didn't lose it. I didn't have it ready, but I can come up with 3 questions. So, Nick, if you already got the graphic up, I'm sure you have. You put it up again, and then make it explode, and then get rid of it. Okay, so. What if I were to get onto your I'm not going to say iPod, because those don't really exist anymore. I'm old-fashioned. If I was to get onto whatever your listening device you use right now, it would be the number 1 song playing.
Oh. It's kind of embarrassing.
I'm good. You looked at your little girl, so is it like an ABC song?
No, it's like Nicki Minaj, Chun-Li probably is like my favorite song right now.
I don't know that song, but I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah, like you get what you get with me, and I do swear, and my children are aware of it, and we listen to swear music. Like, we love gangsta rap.
Nicki is graphic.
She is. I love that lady.
I'm a fan of Nicki Minaj, but yeah.
And Dorothy, have you heard of the band Dorothy?
No.
My husband actually kind of turned me on to that band, but they're one of Missile is like my favorite song that they have come up with, and it's like you're fucking with the wrong wolf, baby. Like it's this like hardcore. Like I love that song.
Yeah, so that's on there. Hardcore music is not. There's no. Like, I do not get into it at all.
Really?
Yes. That like before football games, they'd be in the locker room, and everybody, rah, 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 and I was like, this is crap. Give me some Tupac. Give me some.
Tupac's pretty like.
But he's not like
no.
They listen to like hard, heavy metal,
like heavy metal. Manson
that doesn't do nothing for me.
Well, I do like Pulse Spur though. They train jiu-jitsu, those guys. But yeah, I also have NPR on constantly.
Really?
Yeah, I love NPR, and so it's. And I drive a lot. I commute a lot. Like I live in Harriman, but I train in South Jordan. I shoot. I'm a photographer. I work a ton in Salt Lake, East Bench, like up the canyon. So I'm in the car a lot, and I listen to books on tape or NPR. So as much as I love Nicki Minaj, I'm still.
I've tried to do NPR. I can't do it. I can't.
Although I can't listen to Splendid Table on the weekends when I'm cutting weight. I'm like, turn that shit off.
I don't even know.
I don't want to know about your pasta sauce.
I'll just do food. I can listen to food stuff all day.
Yeah, Splendid Table. You should listen to that. It's on Sundays. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm a podcast guy. I do podcasts. I listen to podcasts. The Joe Rogan podcast is my go-to.
GSPs.
Yes, that was insane.
And
the John Donaher one, the GSP one, and the John Donaher one. The GSP mentality one was probably when he was talking about the mentality, like before fights, he'd go drive around and he'd be like, "That person doesn't care if I win. That person doesn't care if I win. And that's the way he would talk himself down from like being afraid or too nervous. He's just like that old lady grabbing her groceries doesn't care if I win. She doesn't care about me. So I was like, I really liked that segment where he was talking about that, but the whole thing was awesome.
Oh yeah, and the time restricted eating or the intermittent fasting and his colitis. I mean, it's just fascinating to get that much of a personal view of him because he's a very private fighter.
We didn't know a whole lot about. All we knew is that he liked aliens or thought he got a
dinosaurs.
That's all we know. Now we know that he's obsessed with dinosaurs. Now we know that he's obsessed with dinosaurs. We thought it was aliens before, but no, he's obsessed with dinosaurs. So that was a good.
You better come to Utah. There's hella dinosaurs here.
Come on out, GSP.
Yeah, and I'll be stalking him in the car with my hi. That'd be me.
All right, so second question. Second question on the triple threat throwdown. I had it. Oh. Okay, Nick actually came through, and Nick's got it for me. And we're kind of on the same page of what I was going to ask anyways. So I'll ask you Nick's question. He says, "What's your guilty pleasure?"
Oh. My child is right here. I cannot discuss it. Like as far as food goes.
Yeah, let's go food. Since your child's here, let's.
Sorry. Waffle Love. I'm gonna be sponsored by Waffle Love before I die.
Really? That's your goal?
That is my goal.
Well, Waffle Love is here in Ogden, just like a block away. Their store, one of their stores. Do you want to go stop by after and see if they'll sponsor you?
I'm cutting for the 23rd.
No, not eat. Go ask them for a sponsorship.
I can't even be within 5 yards of that place and not eat. It's so good. Waffle Love is my favorite. Especially since Training Table closed. Like, did you ever eat at Training Table?
Of course.
This child, when I was pregnant with her, cheese fries every day.
That's what she ate. That's what she ate in the womb every single day. Was cheese fries.
Yeah, I was so sad when they closed. Oh.
Well, I have to tell you what my nickname was in junior high. It actually wasn't my nickname, but a friend gave me this nickname, which was the Waffle King.
No. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Well, you did say you lost 100 pounds.
I was in high school I was 280, in junior high I was 220.
No.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, in high school I was 240. And then in junior high I was 220. 5'9". Come on.
5'9".
Come on. She called me bald earlier. She was making fun of my ears. Now she's saying I'm 5'8".
Hey,
I'm not George Costanza. Come on. No.
Waffle King, because you like to make them or you eat them?
I just ate them. He said that like one day I came to school and I was talking about the Waffle Crisp cereal, and he said I talked about it all day because it tasted just like waffles. It was delicious.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
The
Waffle Crisp cereal.
My dad made me homemade hot breakfast every day.
Oh well, lucky you.
Yeah, my dad.
Well, not lucky you, because you missed out a lot. You missed out on Waffle Crisp cereal. They literally just tasted like waffles, and you just ate them up.
Really?
They were absolutely delicious. And yeah, he he said that I was like obsessed with them, and I was like, well, I do love waffles. So then that became my nickname. Shout out to Josh Allred. I know you're not gonna watch this because she cusses on it, and you're a good Mormon boy. But
you can like bleep me.
No, don't bleep you. No, don't bleep you. But yeah, my nickname was the Waffle King.
Nice.
And like he would do little art things. He'd like have pictures of like, it was kind of me, but I was also like a waffle, and I had a crown.
Like SpongeBob, but waffle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, my kids are good because I do keto cycling and intermittent fasting, and they always know like when I'm on a keto cycle because I'm like, the main cook in our house, and so they always have to eat.
It's always vegetables and meat now. That's all it is. Where's the carbs?
Yeah, like where's our dessert? So luckily their dad is really good. They will go out and eat it away from the house. Like, don't bring that shit into my house. Like, if I can't eat it, I don't want it in the house.
That, yes.
Yeah.
I had some in the house yesterday.
I know, but I was training, so I wasn't there to see you guys eat it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she'll throw him under the bus all day.
If you could go back into any time period, what would it be?
Ooh.
You could exist and live in any time period, what would it be?
Like feudal Japan? I would totally be a samurai. That'd be so cool. I would love that. And I'd be like, pretend I'd be Mulan.
You'd be Mulan. Okay, I was gonna say you're into women empowerment, and then you go back to Japan that isn't known for women empowerment.
Yeah, but I would.
But you would have been Mulan, and you would have like, nope, cutting the hair, and we're carrying a samurai sword.
Yep, exactly. We killed a Hun.
Yeah, I know. That song is just in my head now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sing it. Yeah. Yes, be a man now.
Yes. But just to eat too, like in Japan, I love Japanese food. I'm half Japanese, so of course that's like my comfort food. My grandma, but yeah, to eat. Yes. Also, feudal Japan.
Well, my mind was blown because I was always talking about how like obviously like you look at cultures and their diets, and that's why people are the size that they are. And I'm like, Japan, you have rice and fish. And that's it. That's what they're eating. So of course they're all like lean and small. Then I realized diabetes runs rampant in Japan because of all the rice.
Oh, interesting.
Because of all the carbs and rice or whatever exactly. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's China and Japan. And I was like, oh well, that makes sense
type
too.
2?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But America's got type 1 nailed.
Well, yeah, we got that down. Oh, I'm not saying I wasn't saying anything about American cuisine. No. No, I would rather take the rice and fish every day, any day. Yeah. That's I love that. Like people are like, oh, that's so boring. No, give me that.
Oh yeah, I can eat Japanese food every day.
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, I know my husband loves Mexican food. I'm like, whoa, every day.
My buddy would have the seaweed. Like the dried out seaweed, and then we just sit in his house and just eat that for hours.
Yep.
Like,
what do you take to dance for your snack? Naughty. Yep,
seaweed?
Nori. Yep,
yeah.
It's seaweed.
It's delicious, right?
It is. It's keto friendly.
Is it?
It's like the one thing.
It's the super sour. I mean, the super salty. It's the super salty that just. Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it anytime. So yeah, and it was just me and him. Like everyone else, like, you guys are eating seaweed. Stop! And we'd be like, no, this is delicious.
It's good.
Because he was Japanese too, so we would munch out on that forever. So shout out to Brett Shimizu. This is a high school reunion. Hey everybody, I know you're not watching, but
where'd you go to high school?
Roy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Just down the road.
Just down the street.
Down the street. I'm a native. I'm born and raised here in Ogden. So that's it for the Triple Threat Throwdown. Thanks, Nick, for supplying us with... Maybe I'll just do that from now on. Nick, I'll give you another job like you don't have enough. I'll give Nick one more job. He comes up with the questions for the Triple Threat Throwdown because I've been struggling. Like the first 2 weeks, I was on it, and they were like... I felt good questions. What
was your favorite one?
My favorite question that I asked?
For the Triple Threat.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta reach back and... Oh, yeah. I do a lot of superhero ones. I'm kind of obsessed with superheroes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love We are a big superhero family, huh?
Well, then let's ask that. If you could... Let's ask that then. If you could fight... No. If you could... I'd hate doing if you could be any superhero because everyone says Superman.
Not Superman.
Okay. But let's say this. If you could... If there is a superhero that you feel that you are closely related to, like, is the superhero that truly relates to you, not the one you want to be, but the one that you actually feel like that one is closest to me, who would it be? Wonder Woman. I heard her say.
No, not Wonder Woman.
But that's good for your daughter to. That's good for your daughter to think you're Wonder Woman.
Yes, it is. Good.
Yes,
but probably Batman, because like if I lost my family, man, it would. Do
you feel like you're kind of a detective? Like you're always like walk into the house and you're like, somebody was doing that. Like you're breaking down what your kids are doing.
No, but I think like how he watched his parents get gunned down, like, and that shaped who he became.
Yeah.
I think I would totally be like him, antisocial, like want this split personality. Get an Alfred. Who doesn't want an Alfred?
Exactly.
I want an Alfred.
Yes.
And he's kind of dark, right? He's
super dark.
Yeah.
Super dark.
Yeah, I relate to that.
Okay.
Especially given massive amounts of loss in your life, shaping and driving you. Like the Punisher. I love the Punisher. He's one of my favorite superheroes.
Yeah,
and
you really go after the dark one.
Well, Wonder Woman.
I would have been like Deadpool because he's dark, but he's also very playful and laughing and joking. I would have said Deadpool. I forgot.
You love
Nick
Deadpool?
Is a huge Deadpool fan.
Have you seen the second one? Is it as good or better?
4 times. Yeah,
really?
better.
It's better? How can you be better? The first one was so good.
So we'll go over Nick's obsession with Deadpool after, because that's a whole other episode. That gives us 2 hours of an episode. He dresses as Deadpool.
Oh snap!
He has legit suit, like film quality suit.
Wow.
So and that's a good thing. That's why I associated you with Deadpool, because you and Nick were got along so well. I was like, oh, she has to be a Deadpool fan.
Yeah.
So I was telling this girl this the other day. I was like, I've never read a comic book in my life, but somehow weirdly have amassed a massive amount of knowledge about superheroes. I don't know how, but I love superheroes. So myself, I would probably say Thor in a way, because he's kind of arrogant, and I can be arrogant, but I also like really care about people.
Yeah,
like,
he's super kind.
I really care about everybody and love everybody. Like he's trying to protect the world. He's trying to take care of Earth. But then like at times he can be kind of arrogant. And then I always say the Hulk too, because there's always that moment when you just
flip the switch.
You just lose your shit.
You go green.
And it's
I'm getting better at controlling that now that I have kids and I have jujitsu and I have all these other outlets. Like I used to pick fights all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah. And my husband, he's like the Hulk. He's 275, like 6'3". Like the dude he's a strong man.
Giant.
He's a giant.
He's a giant human being.
And so,
he just carries you on his shoulder when you guys go places.
No,
I'm walking.
Yeah, I'm walking. But if I see somebody, like we were at the Symphony a few years ago, and these teenagers were harassing these older people. In the car in front of us. I rolled down the window. We were with my dad. I'm in the back seat. You know, my dad's in the front. I rolled down the window. I'm like, hey, knock that shit off. Like, I start yelling at them. And they're looking at me. And I know if it was just me, they wouldn't care. They would come throw down, which is fine.
Yeah.
But my husband opens
this
the door.
Giant shadow standing behind you. And they're like, oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm like,
you want me to carry your
groceries?
Yeah. No, I had a Hulk moment the other day. Not the other day. A couple weeks ago, I was out at with Tasha, my best friend. I've talked about her a few times, and it was the total Black Widow and Hulk moment where we're at where she's like the sun's going down, big guy, and he's like stumbles off into the forest. Totally one of those. We were out of the club, and someone hit me in the face, and it hit me and knocked my glasses off the side of my face, and And I looked, and he wasn't looking at me, so I could tell he just was a bad dancer and just was getting crazy with it. But it still was
pissed you off.
It pissed me off, and so I turned to her and I was like, he just hit me in the face, and she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, yeah. I was like, yeah. She grabs my arms, and I was like, and she's like, man, calm down. She hugs me, and she's like, calm down. And I'm just like, and it literally was like. I was totally dismantled, and I was like, I'll get back to dancing now.
Yeah,
and it was because he walked past and he didn't look back oh, I got him or something like that. So I think it was a complete accident, but he got me good. It was a good shot. I mean, I spar all the time. I get hit all the time. He got me good.
Yeah.
He rocked me, and and then I looked at him and I was like, I'm gonna kill this guy. And she's, sun's going down, big guy. Yeah. Sun's going down. And I just I said that meme to her the next day, and I'm like, you just saved that guy's life. So it was fun. But anyways, do you have any any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Okay. For sure.
Okay, we're gonna have a whole list of you. It sounds like you got a whole list of sponsors. We're gonna have Nick line them on, give them a shout out.
Yes, no, I'm so grateful. I have a great team of sponsors that helps me on this journey, right? Because I still work, I'm still a mom, I still have to do my own thing, traveling, competing, it's all expensive, the gear, all of it all adds up, right?
Yes.
And Hyperfly is like my big main jiu-jitsu sponsor. Hyperfly, do or die, you can't teach hard, like you got to get with the program, they're big. If you don't know who they are, you better look them up.
I'm going to buy all the Hyperfly gear.
Yeah, use code JITSMAMA.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. But they do have...
No, don't say just kidding. If you can sell that on it, go to Hyperfly, use your code JITSMAMA, and get what percentage off?
15%.
15% off.
Yeah.
No, don't shy away from that.
Well, they have great gear. Yeah. And the thing I have not turned down, but I have decided not to work with a lot of companies because if I don't really, truly believe that their product is something that I would buy anyways, or that I would use, or that I don't feel good about endorsing, I don't work with them.
Yes.
And so Hyperfly, I have loved them since day one. They make amazing gear. Gis, no gi, apparel, everything. Be Non-Human is another amazing support, amazing sponsor for me. It's just Be Non-Human on Instagram, and it's Hyperfly on Instagram. But so Be Non-Human is a fitness apparel company. The owner, Rudy, actually reached out to me a couple of years ago, and he's got an amazing backstory, and that company really focuses on supporting women in athletics, and really in any sport. They have gymnasts, track and field, they have endurance runners, I think I'm their only jiu-jitsu athlete, but from day one he supported me and helped me like realize my dream and be able to chase it. And so Rudy, huge shout out, I love you, man. We've actually never even met in person.
Really?
I've been working with him for a few years.
I actually love relationships like that with people that you know, and you're down with them, and you're like, oh, but actually we've never really met in person.
Yeah. But then I also have a great sponsor. His name's Mike Hanline. He's from I used to work a zillion hours, be like super focused on my career as a photographer, did my graduate work, did as much like education as I could, teaching, competing, and that as well. And I met him through those days. And he's an owner of a lab. It's called White House Custom Color. And if you guys need prints or canvases or albums, they're kind of in that venue. But so he doesn't really have anything to do with jiu-jitsu, but he supports you. Supports me and what I'm trying to accomplish, in the sport, and for women and for mothers and for, it's fun to work together. And Canabody, so those are my main sponsors, those three. Canabody is a cannabis rub. They are amazing.
Can you get it here in Utah? You have to order it online.
So it's all ordered online. It started as a local company here. The owner now lives in Chicago.
Smart. But it's smart. Cannabis in Utah is not.
Although it's completely
but it's
THC free, and it's it's amazing.
I didn't want to make it sound like.
Oh, no, I know. Okay, I'm like, it's not. No. Like, it's not an illegal substance at all. And Finger Tape, they're actually an Australian company, and they do joint taping, and their main clientele actually is climbers. But they're moving into the jiu-jitsu realm. Yeah,
and anything you have to have grip.
Right? Yeah, anything your fingers are just totally shot. And True Recovery is a nutrition company, and they're amazing. Matt is the owner. Shout out to Matt. He has actually supported me from day one as well with, like, I take a joint recovery. It's a Boswellia extract. I'm super, like, I'm constantly, like, trying to read and learn about nutritional supplements. Right. I'm old. I'm 40, and I'm in like.
You say you're not?
This year I'm 40. I'm 39 today.
I said you're not. You're not old. Your daughter is on point. You're Wonder Woman. You're not old.
Like some.
Do you want to take a seat and then finish the interview for her?
Yeah.
You're doing a good job selling it.
Yeah. But so they do a really great magnesium blend. And so I cycle keto, and magnesium and potassium is something that you have to supplement when you're on keto for long cycles. And their magnesium blend is amazing. Yeah. And I love their Joint Recovery is a new product that they've come out with that is specifically joint, tendon, ligament health.
Which is huge.
So jiu-jitsu. It's great.
Because your joints take a beating.
Oh my gosh, right? They do. Everything takes a beating. Yeah. And U.S. Cryotherapy. So they're another company. They're local. They're national, but they have a local a local location here actually in Sugar House, and so I do a lot of my.
Never done the cryotherapy.
You've never done cryo? Okay, let's do a cryo date. Bring your girl
Tasha,
and we'll do train jiu-jitsu.
She's short. She'll fit underneath. Is it the stand-up one?
No. It's full body immersion, right? You stand in the cryo chamber.
Is it the one that Drew Manning always posts about? Because he does a lot of cryo. He's been doing he's gone into the cryo stuff. You know who Drew Manning is?
He's
the
football, right?
Fit to fat to fit.
Oh,
he's big keto.
Manning,
the Drew Manning,
or Eli Manning,
Eli Manning, or Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah.
No, he's huge keto guy right now. He's got an awesome podcast. Shout out to the Fit to Fat Fit Experience. He's a little bit of a friend of mine.
Oh, is he?
And not really. He's one of those. Okay, sorry. He's one of those that I just knew him over the phone for a long time, and we became buddies over the phone while I was trying to get things going. He was a big support to me, but he's super busy. I was like, let's hang out, and he's like, God, dude, I'm going here, I'm going there. He's all over the place. He's really successful, but he's huge into keto. You should look him up if you're doing the keto stuff, because he's got all sorts of information on keto. But sounds like you're set. But he's and his podcast does a lot about keto. Has a lot of keto stuff on there, so he's really good with that type of knowledge.
Yeah, I've loved keto.
But anyways, he posts a lot about the cryotherapy, and I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Yeah,
place.
You should check it out. It's great. I really love their Normatec boots too.
I don't like being cold though. I literally would rather be sore.
Right? Me too. No, then you're not as sore as you're thinking, because sometimes it's worth it. Because I hate being cold too.
Yeah,
but it is. And you don't have to be in there long.
Right.
Start at 3 minutes. Work your way up.
Okay.
And
we'll do it.
We'll do it.
We'll come out there. We'll make an episode out of it. We'll do something.
And she can come do an FYF. It's Friday. I'm missing FYF to be here with you guys at Jim Jones.
I don't know what FYF is.
Do you know about Jim Jones?
I do.
Okay, so FYF is Fuck You Friday.
Okay.
It's like an open workout at Jim Jones. Anyone can come, so you and Tasha can come throw down. And it's close to the U.S. Cryotherapy place, so we can all head over there after. Yep, they have jiu-jitsu mats. The owner, Lisa Beauchard, is actually one of my best friends. She's a purple belt. She does all sorts of kali and knives and all that good stuff. So.
All right, we'll check it out. We'll do it. We got a long episode.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I like it. It's our longest yet. I am excited. That's awesome.
Well, it's fun talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you so much for driving all the way out here, for being so willing to change location, and just for being an awesome guest, and for being who you are. You're a great inspiration for women everywhere. Your kids are lucky. Anybody who follows you is lucky. Everybody, be good to yourself. Be good to each other. I love you. All right, that's all we have for you. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to check out us on all our forms of social media. Don't forget to like and subscribe, to check out all other videos, and to go check out the website.